I would like to first start by saying thank you to the Balearic government and Fundación BID for inviting me here today. It's a real pleasure, thank you. And bon dia, com anem, tot bé. Vale? Correct, I think that's important. Really sorry about this, guys, with the video. It's a really cool video. It's very, very good. It's quite powerful. It's quite impactful. It really does start the speech quite well. And then I've got the job to try and do a better speech than the video. Okay, so the video's failed, so hopefully I'm a little bit ahead because the video failed. I'm a vegan. I eat only plants and vegetables and fruit. It's the most environmentally friendly way to go. I'm also an eco-hippie. I'm an eco-warrior. I've got tattoos on my hands. When you've got tattoos on your hands, you go instantly hippie. But I am also a capitalist. I want to make money. I'm a director of a company. My main job is to make sure that that company works. We're making money. I employ people. I am responsible for their jobs. So yes, I'm an eco-hippie. I'm an environmentalist, but I'm also a capitalist. I have to make money. That is my job. And that's quite strange. When you say capitalist and eco-hippie, you put them together, it doesn't really seem to work. Hippies want to hate me, but they kind of like me. And capitalists, they're not that happy with me because I'm a hippie, but I've got a good company, and we employ a lot of people, and we help New York quite a lot, so they kind of like me too. So I'm a little bit in the middle. It's a bit lonely where I am. But what we've got is Amar Green. Everything that we do at Amar, all our environmental actions at Amar, we've noted them. We've put them into little programs, and we've called it Amar Green. And we have 6 programs: reduction in energy, water conservation, biodiversity, zero waste, reduction in carbon emissions, and the daddy of all daddies, biochar. We think, well, I'm going to say it, okay? It sounds really arrogant. We think we've got the solution for pollution. We've got it. We started to try and reduce our carbon emissions, and we've reduced it. We think we're actually carbon neutral. Pretty cool. That's not a reduction. That's carbon neutral. We've eliminated. But actually, what we're working on now is to go carbon negative. That's cleaning other people's pollution. And still, I'm a capitalist. I'm still a business guy. I've still got to make the money. I've got to employ the people. We're a dinner show. We're a theatre. We're for tourism. All that's still important. None of that stopped. It's not gone away. We're actually doing quite good. So I'm quite happy about that. But today we're here to talk about Amar Green, the solution for pollution, and we have 6 programs. Here we go. Number 1, reduction in energy. We've got to try and reduce the amount of energy we've got. And at Amar, we started with trying to reduce the amount of printers. We had a lot of printers in the office. Everybody's got a printer. We took all the printers away. We only got 1 printer in the office now. Everyone complained to start with, but in general, they support you. They're okay. They'll get up and print something if they have to, or they stop printing. That's pretty cool. We reduced the amount of light fittings we've got. We had light fittings everywhere, absolutely everywhere. The electricians and the architects in the world, they're scared to death of having a little bit of shadow, absolutely petrified. So they put lights everywhere, 9 on the little wall, or 10 on the little wall, or hundreds in the ceiling. Well, I took them off, and I'm actually trying to go for light, shadow, light, shadow. Actually sets an ambience. It's quite nice. So with that, we've reduced on the light fittings. And then the actual light fittings that we've got, sometimes we've got 2 bulbs, 3 bulbs, or 4 bulbs. Like, seriously, does it have to be that bright? So we've reduced a few bulbs. I'm a real ratter. I'm a tight git. I'm there on the night time taking bulbs out. So we've reduced on light fittings, we've reduced on bulbs. I suffer from a condition called man flu. When we turn the air conditioning on, I always die. The minute we get aircon on, I die. I am the biggest wimp on the planet when we turn aircon on. So in my house, we don't turn the aircon on because I'm just going to get a cold. So I hate aircon. Now, aircon is a massive thing. It consumes loads of electricity, and I'm trying my best to turn it off all the time. So we've designed a few little systems in our little theatre, in our business, called free cooling. Now, free cooling is really cool because it's cheap. You don't turn the aircon on. It doesn't use all the electricity. I don't die of man flu. It's brilliant. So we've got this free cooling system. What it is, it's just a tube outside, and that tube gets the air from outside, whatever the temperature is outside. And in Mallorca, it's like 34, 35 degrees. We get that temperature from outside, and it goes in a tube, and it goes underground. And goes in this big tube that goes round and round underground. And then comes back into our staff canteen. And one of the restaurants we've got. It's called free cooling. As that air from 34 degrees outside goes down into the ground, it cools down. Doesn't cool down to 18.5 degrees. We don't control it exactly right. But it cools down a little bit. And then it comes into that room a little bit. And it reduces the temperature just a little bit. It's a little bit more comfortable inside than it is outside. But you're right, it's not controlled the temperature to 18.5 or 19 degrees. We don't do that. I'm just quite let it go. So I'm against air conditioning. I'm trying to get rid of aircon. Like I say, I'm trying to save on money, really. But what it's done is it's reduced on our electricity. Also, insulation. I'm nuts about insulation. I'm absolutely nuts. The builders and architects of everything will tell you just to put a little bit of insulation in like that. Ignore them. Don't. Put insulation in like that. You put as much insulation as you possibly can to stop the heat getting in, or the cold, depending on where you live, obviously, in the world. In Mallorca, it's red hot. So I'm trying my best to stop all that heat coming in. So I put insulation in the walls. I try and get it as thick as I can. I've actually used hay in the accounts office. I've shredded bales of hay and filled the walls with bales of hay. It works really well. It's the most comfortable room in our office. Insulation in the walls, insulation in the ceiling, and insulation in the floor. And when you do the insulation in the ceiling and in the walls, get the edges. It's really important, the edges, because heat is desperately trying to find its way into the room. Or cold, if you're in England and stuff, the cold's desperately trying to get in. And in Mallorca, it's the heat. So insulate like mad, you don't need aircon. That's what I keep telling anyone, everyone. And I've got away with no aircon for a while. I've also got solar lights, because that heat as well. If we've got windows, and architects are desperate to put everything into glass, they're desperate to put a whole, just take that wall out, put it all glass, it'll look really cool, it'll look dead modern. Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare. I need massive aircon machines to try and cool the place. So I'm trying to get rid of windows, and if I do need to put windows, I put windows on the north side of the building. Once again, architects will tell you, don't do that, you always go south. Go south facing. The view's always better south. Yeah, but the sun rises there, it's going to come in, it's going to melt me, I'm going to have to put the aircon on, I'm going to die. Nobody cares about it. Well, I do. So I'm going, I want to put the window on the north. And we've done that in our staff canteen. We put the windows on the north side. We still get all the light from the sun. It's not dark, still light. We just don't get the radiation from the sun. I've got solar lights. So where I can't put windows, because it's a storage room or it's a toilet, and I just generally haven't got a space to put a window, solar light. These are just little domes on top of there. So you get all the light, the little mirrors. It gets all the sunlight, it comes in, gives us loads of light. I'm not using any lights, no electricity, but I'm getting no radiation from the sun either, so I'm not needing aircon. So I've reduced the lights, I've reduced printers, I've unplugged absolutely everything I possibly can. I've got this massive thing about air conditioning. I've got this free cooling system. I've got solar panels. Oh, solar panels, that's a no-brainer. Solar panels. We've got 525 solar panels at Sonomar, and I've just ordered 200 more. We're nearly off the grid. Now, Sonomar is massive. It's like a little village. Just to explain what Sonomar is, Sonomar has got about 250 employees, and we've got about 100,000 clients a day. Not a day, I wish. 100,000 clients a year that are coming through to us. So Sonomar's big. And we've got solar panels. We're hitting about 390 kilowatts when we've got the show going. That's a lot of electricity. So with the solar panels, we've reduced that right down. With the 200 more, we're going to be off the grid for sure. Solar panels are an absolute no-brainer. You've got to get solar panels. You can create your own electricity. We don't need to burn waste to create electricity. I'll get onto that later. Solar panels are an absolute no-brainer, and it gives you free electricity. Somebody just waved at me there with the don't burn your waste. Solar panels, I wish I had my notes. Sorry guys, a technical thing, I'm missing my notes. I'm trying to do this by memory. Solar panels, solar lights, we've reduced the amount of stuff we're plugging in. When you buy your electricity, if you do have to buy your electricity, you have the power to buy your electricity green. You can say to your electric provider, hey, I only want to buy green energy. So they'll sell you electricity that's coming from the solar panels, the big fields out there, or the wind turbines. And do me a favor as well, argue. Don't spend any more money on green energy. You don't have to. They're going to try and convince you that you've got to spend a little bit more money, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's green for your morals. They're just green pirates. They're just screwing up the environment. Don't do that. Buy the same cost that you're paying for it now or cheaper. I've always got a bit of a thing. When I'm doing anything for the environment, I'll pay exactly the same amount of money that I'm paying for now, or I want it cheaper. I don't have to spend more money on it. Remember, I am a capitalist. I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to make money. So we can do that with green energy. We've got the first Mallorquin windmill. Have you seen windmills in Mallorca? These big things, yeah? Apparently there's a study that years ago, there was like 4,000 windmills, Mallorquin windmills. Now there's only about 400. Out of that 400, there's only about 40 that are still standing, that are actually working. What a shame if you listen to those statistics. And somebody said, imagine if we turned all the Mallorquin windmills into wind generators. That'd be cool. First, it looked really cool for tourism. It looked really pretty. It is the actual culture and tradition of Mallorca. That'd support Mallorca a lot. And it produced about 40% of our electricity for the Balearic Islands. I thought, that sounds really, really cool. I love that idea. Sonoma happens to have a Mallorquin windmill. Like, oh, look at that, we've got one there. So we've turned it into a wind generator. It is now the first Mallorquin wind generator that works, because they tried this plan and it failed, because the cables kept on getting wrapped around the column every time the windmill turned. Our cables just go through the column, the shaft in the middle. Our windmill works. So that's another way we can reduce on our electricity. We've got this energy reduction plan, and like I say, we were hitting big time on the electricity, and we are now almost off the grid. That's energy reduction. It really is important, and it works for us. Let me move on to the next one, which is water conservation. Because of a problem I had with our well, we couldn't suck out the water from the ground anymore. So we had to get our water delivered by lorry. I had no idea how much water cost. No idea, never thought about it twice. I said to the plumber, how much water do we suck out the ground every day? I've now got to start buying water by lorry. How much water do we suck out the ground every day at Sonoma? They said, 280,000 litres a day. I'm still stupid, I still didn't get it. Okay. 280,000 litres. How many waters in a lorry? How many litres is in one of those lorries that come with the water? How many is that? Between 10 and 11,000 litres. Is that 28 lorries a day? More or less. Oh, shit. How much is a lorry of water? Depends. In the summer, you start arguing on the price, because there's not that much water, and there's not enough lorries for everyone to do. 28 lorries a day, I've got to start paying for it. Gee, wow, what am I going to do? Well, we'd better start looking after our water. So we've got this massive water thing going off at Sonoma now. The first thing I did is I told all the guys, hey, stop using your hose pipe to wash the terrace. Hose pipe everywhere. Nobody blows anything. Everyone washes. In Mallorca, we've got no water in Mallorca. Are you insane? Use a brush, sweep up, use a leaf blower, use anything, but you're not allowed to use that hose pipe anymore. And the other thing, we had grass everywhere. We're in Mallorca, we had grass. When you drove into Sonoma, this big, beautiful grass lawn, absolutely beautiful, growed like mad. We had to cut the grass twice a week. It just kept on growing and growing and growing. The gardeners there, mowing and mowing and mowing. Water, water, water. I'm like, I'm going to pay for lorries for that. Turn all the water off. So we did. We took all the grass out of Sonoma. I'm a gardener. I love grass. But I'm English. In England, grass is free. It's cool. In Mallorca, it's not free. You've got to pay for it. It's insane. We've got this idea that we've got to have green lawns in Mallorca. We're not in England. I'm not trying to turn Mallorca into England. I actually love Mallorca the way it is. So we took all the grass out, and we put a rock garden in. Oh, what a horror, what an absolute shock. Nobody cared. Just to let you know, nobody cared. Nobody asked me twice what I was doing. Not one client's walked out. I lost any staff. Got rid of all the grass, and nobody cares. And the rock garden's actually quite pretty. It's quite a beautiful thing. We've got succulents and cacti and all that. We've got a dry garden. It's perfect. So we got rid of all the grass. That saved us on a lot of water. We stopped using the hose pipe. That saved us on a lot of water. The toilets. We put these toilets in that are economical. You've got a 6-litre flush and a 3-litre flush. So obviously, if you go to the toilet, you push the big button, and if it's a wee little button, yeah. Not many people know that the big button's 6 litres and the little button's 3 litres. So we put little stickers on there. 6 litres, 6L, 3L. I can't tell you how many people didn't know that, and they always push the little 3 litre. Because I'm telling you, people love saving the environment. People love it. So nobody's against this. Everyone wants to help. And just that little bit of information, generally people do care. And they push that little 3-litre button as much as they can. We've got little stickers on the windows, on the mirrors, that please say, turn off your tap, try and reduce on water. That helps us as well. We've got reduction shower heads. When you have a shower at Sonoma, it's not coming out like a massive hose pipe. It's just coming out a little bit slower. Nobody's complained, nobody's died, it's okay. Everyone's still showering, nobody smells, it still works. We've got little taps as well, reduction on water taps. That helps, that's reduced on water. Pretty cool. And if you haven't got a toilet cisterna, one of those new toilet cisternas, we've got some old toilets as well around the back. I put a rock inside, right? A rock inside. It actually took up most of that cisterna at the back. It didn't fill it with water. They don't know it. Nobody knows, right? And it still works, right? Saves on water. So that's a water conservation thing. But then we got a little bit further on that, and we started to recycle our water. Recycling water, yeah. Grey water. So when you do wash your hands at Sonoma, or you have a shower at Sonoma, we collect all that water. That's grey water. It's not dirty water. You can't drink it. I accept that, yeah. But it's all right. We use that water to flush all the toilets. We've got 78 toilets at Sonoma. That's a lot of toilets. Like I say, we've got a theater. We feed about 1,000 people in a show. A lot of people go to the toilet, trust me. So, all our water for all our toilets is now free. We don't spend any money on water for toilets. Done. No lorry is bringing me water that I've chucked down the toilet. No. Water's free. We just recycle all our grey water. And when you do actually go to the toilet, shock horror, that water is so disgusting. It's black water. That water goes into biofilters. Biofilters, yeah. Biofilters. Biofilters is literally a big tank with 3 materials in it. 3 independent materials will grow their own bacteria. So when your black water goes through it, each bacteria will have a little chomp and a little eating away at something. By the time it's gone through 3 different bacteria, the water that comes out the other end is now not black, it's grey. Once again, you can't drink it, but we use that to irrigate all the garden. I have reduced all the garden irrigation by taking out all the grass, but we still have rose gardens, we've got white gardens, we've got beautiful botanical gardens, and it's all irrigated with free water. Rainwater. When it rains at Sonoma, and Sonoma is absolutely massive, it's 169,000 square meters, and we've got 12,000 square meters constructed. So when it rains at Sonoma and it hits 12,000 square meters, we capture every single little drop. So when it rains on the car park floor, we get all that water, goes into a drain, we collect all that water, we stick it in a big aljibe, a big water tank, and we use that to flush the toilets or to irrigate the garden. But we capture every single drop of rainwater. When it rains on the roof, that's clean water. When it rains on the roof, we capture that. That goes down a tube, that goes into a different aljibe, a different water deposit. And then that's cleaned by an osmosis machine and clarification machine, and we use that to wash our hands. So that's free water. We've reduced all our water. We recycle all our water. We've gone from 28 lorries a day to absolutely self-sufficient on water from the month of October till April. And then in the summer, Unfortunately, I'm not that good yet. In the summer, we do have to buy our water by lorry. 1 lorry, maybe 2 a day. So we have reduced the amount of water that we are consuming drastically. Our water conservation plan is quite new, and we're still working on it. Don't think for 1 second these tattoos are going to wear off. I am a hippie, and I've still got a lot of work to do. So I'm not there yet. Water conservation. Number 3, the third program, biodiversity. Don't know whether I mentioned it already, but I'm a gardener. The biggest passion I've got in my life is gardening. Sounds a little bit sad, I know. Should be sport, it should be football, it should be anything else. It should be cool, but it's not. I'm a gardener, and I absolutely love it. If there's anything on my laptop, if you look at my Google search history, unfortunately, as a man, you're not going to find anything dirty on there. You're just going to find about conifer gardens and cypress gardens and different things like that. I am a freak when it comes to gardening. I love it. I absolutely love it. So as a gardener, I am ecological. The first thing I did at Sonoma, as I walked into the garden department, all these chemicals, we had a whole department dedicated for chemicals. They stopped instantly. We took away all the chemicals. We stopped spraying insecticide, fungicide, herbicide, pesticide. I can't think of any other asides are. Well, we got rid of all those asides. I don't use that in my gardens. I don't use that where I live. Bad for you. We got rid of it at Sonoma. We stopped killing the little birds and the bees and the insects. The fast insects, the big bugs, they're cool. They're like lions and tigers. They eat the big, fat, slow bugs that are eating away at my garden, my beautiful salad or my beautiful rose garden. Those big, fat, stupid bugs are eating away at my leaves. The big, fast bugs eat those. I like those big, fast bugs. We've got bees at Sonoma. Yeah, I'm a beekeeper. I think that's pretty cool. I am a beekeeper. We've got 12 beehives. I absolutely love bees. We've got bees everywhere. But like I say, I'm a vegan. I don't eat their honey because I generally just like the bees. I can sit there and just look at my bees doing their job. They are brilliant. They are super cool. I've got the bees, just let the bees populate. I just want to try and help the population of the bees. I'm not there for the honey. But I have stuck my finger in once or twice, and I have. The bee is pretty good honey. Biodiversity, people think it's just the birds and the bees and the little insects. Well, yeah, that's true. It's nature. Absolutely, it's nature. And people really don't connect the two between nature, biodiversity, and us. Do me a favor. Raise your hand if you've been affected by cancer, you know somebody who's got cancer, or somebody who's dying of cancer, or you're scared of cancer. Raise your hand. Do me a favor, look around. How many people have got the hand raised regarding cancer? Everyone just put the hand down at that minute when you turned around. But everyone have the hand up, all right? The point I'm trying to make is we're all affected by cancer. This is not a one-off. Everybody around the world is affected by cancer. Our parents were not affected by cancer. Cancer is a new word. We are the foundation of this generation. Cancer's ours. That wasn't there for our parents. My dad's fighting cancer, bless him. He's doing a pretty good job. He's still hanging on. He's going to outlive me. I know he is. He's bulletproof, the guy. He's had cancer. He's getting through it. My mother, I think she might get lung cancer, or she's got lung cancer. We're just trying to sort that out at the minute, whether she's going to die or not. Absolute normal, this is now. Listen to the way I'm talking. It's not that I hate my parents either. I absolutely love my parents, and my parents are the coolest guys on the planet. They're dying of cancer, pretty much, yeah. A lot of people here know about that. You've all got it. You're all dealing with it. You've got brothers, sisters, parents. You've all got it. Cancer didn't exist for our parents. Neither did all this crap about organic food either. They just called it food. They just called it gardening as well. There wasn't ecological or organic. What are you on about? It's just gardening. You just go to the garden and dig. Well, there's a new way of gardening. It's called permaculture, where we don't use insecticides or pesticides. What? Gardening? Yeah, gardening. Hey, try this bread. It's ecological. It's organic. How about this chicken? It's really good. Using no pesticides. What? It's chicken. Yeah. So what we're doing now is horrendous. So when we think about the biodiversity, just think about it a little bit more. If you don't think it's important, it really, really is. I'm telling you, it really is. And if you don't do it for biodiversity and cancer, do it for my bees. My little bees, bless them. These are all just girls. And they're trying their best to get pollen every day. And they're going out there every day. And they've got a memory of 10 kilometers. Did you know that? 10 kilometers. They'll fly from here to Palma to get a little bit of pollen from a rose and come all the way back here just to put a little bit of honey in there to store it for the winter. But the chances are they're going to leave, they're going to get infected by some pesticide or insecticide. By the time they come back, they've lost their GPS, they have no idea where they are, and they're going to die on the route. It is affecting us. Somebody left the phone on. It is affecting us, biodiversity. Sonamar supports biodiversity. We've got rid of all the pesticide, insecticide, and fungicide, and now we've gone a step further. We're actually trying to support biodiversity. How do we do that? Well, to start with, we create habitats. Imagine that we actually start to help them. So we don't trim and garden every single square inch of Sonamar. There is so much area, the same in my house and my finca too. We don't need to manicure every square inch of the planet. You can leave it. It's brilliant. It saves you money. The gardener doesn't have to work so much. It's dead easy. You don't do anything. So biodiversity works for them and it works for us too. We leave the car parks. Can we get away with that? Can we stop trimming the car parks? Is anybody going to be affected by that? Is any customer going to say, how dare you? I want my money back. The car park had some weeds in it. No. So we don't trim the car parks and the back fields and the ploughing. We just stopped all that. What happened? Nothing. Nothing at all. And biodiversity comes back. Those big bugs come back. They eat all the little bugs. We get more birds. Birds eat the big bugs. It's great. Got a whole little biodiversity thing going off. And the gardener's got nothing to do. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy. It's the laziest way of gardening you could possibly think. I do it all the time. I'm a lazy gardener. So we've got a biodiversity plan. With our zero waste, I'm going to speak about next, we have 36 categories of waste. One of our waste categories is bread. And we've got a machine that shreds bread. And we shred our bread. You can't believe machines exist for this thing. We shred our bread, put that in a bucket, and then we feed that to our organic chickens. They're just chickens, by the way. We feed that to our chickens, we feed it to our horses, and we just sprinkle a bit on top of walls, on top of tree branches and stuff, just for birds. We just try and help in a bit of life. That's all we're trying to do. Instead of infecting it, instead of trying to kill it, the opposite. We just try and help it a little bit. Don't worry. We don't go out there. I'm not paying 9 guys to feed birds. I'm not doing that. This is just absolutely free. The concept of biodiversity is just stop trying to kill it and just try and work with it. That's the only idea about biodiversity, and it's a great way of doing it. The fourth one, the fourth program, zero waste. Scotland, zero waste. Zero waste. My father, I had to take over the business from my father. And when I took over, my first day, I had a meeting with my dad. And me and my dad went to council. I'm going to fight the council today. My dad's a machine. He was a massive guy, now he's just a skinny guy. We were going to fight the council because we've only got 18 bins. We're paying 47,000 euros a year in waste tax. We've only got 18 bins, these massive commercial-sized street bins, and we need more bins, and the council's not giving us enough bins. We've got waste everywhere. It's overpiling. 2 lorries a day are coming to Sonamar to take our waste. We need more bins. I went to the council with my dad, my first meeting with my dad. Today we need to get more bins. The council are trying to get us to buy bins. No way. We're not going to buy bins. We're going to get the bins for free because we're paying all this waste tax. What a nightmare with the waste. What a nightmare with the bins. That was my first day. I'm taking it. Oh, Jesus. Like, hi, can I not just work in the garden? That's what I really want to do. We had 18 bins of waste a day. Mixed waste, non-recyclable. 18 bins of waste a day. That is 36 cubic meters. Every day, 2 lorries. We now have 1 cubic meter of mixed waste every 4 months. We have no waste. I could actually do better than that, but I'm working on it. All right, get off my back, I'm trying. We've gone from 36 cubic meters of waste a day to 1 cubic meter every 4 months. That's a massive reduction. Zero waste is to reduce the amount of waste that you've got by 90% or more, giving you a margin of 10%. Just stick that in the mixed waste bag. Don't worry, we'll burn it and create green electricity. My arse is it green electricity. Remember, I've got solar panels. I've got a Mallorquin windmill. Mine's green electricity. That's not green electricity. But in the world of recycling, they class it as recycling. When you burn it, you create electricity. It's called recycling. So, we've gone from 36 cubic meters to 1 cubic meter. How have we done it? Separated our waste. Literally separate it. And when you separate your waste into categories, we've got like 35, 36 categories, I think. Stops becoming waste. It starts to become a product. That product. You can sell that as a product. We've got Sonoma Foundation. Everything that we sell, that money goes into the foundation. That foundation only supports environmental projects in Mallorca or the Balearics. So let me explain how we do zero waste. The first thing we have to do is we separate the organic waste. Organic, that's the most important thing. Remember, I'm a gardener. I absolutely love that organic waste. I'm going to make that into soil. I make that into compost, abono. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. My plants are happy. Like I say, I'm a proper freak when it comes to the garden. All our organic waste, we separate it. The minute you separate your organic waste from your bin is now clean. It does not smell. No mosquitoes, no rats, no cucarachas, nothing. Because all the insects and all that biodiversity is just there for the organic waste. That biodiversity is just trying to live. It's just trying to eat. So you get your organic waste, put it to the side. I do it in my house with my wife. So, when I have a yogurt at home, that little pot, it's dirty inside. I just give it a little rinse. I do not get a brush and polish the bloody thing. I don't. I just rinse it out. A simple rinsing of any jar, any product, any packaging that's got a little bit of residual, a little bit of organic waste on there, you take that away, that's now clean. It will not smell. It does not have to be polished. You're not going to make your children lick it anymore. It's done. All right? You just have to stop it smelling. And it goes into those bins over there. Your organic waste goes here. You can do what you want with your organic waste. If you know how to compost, fantastic. If you don't know how to compost, it gets a bit more difficult. So with organic waste, you have to turn it. If you turn your organic waste, it doesn't smell. It's called aerobic bacteria. You've got anaerobic bacteria that stinks, and that's where there's no oxygen whatsoever, and it really starts to smell. It creates methane, bad for the environment. Or you've got aerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria is the same strain of anaerobic, it just changes its form of bacteria, and it eats away at your organic waste quicker. So when you've got this organic waste, if you turn it, it'll rot down even quicker. Organic waste is nitrogen. We need to mix carbon with nitrogen to get compost. Our paper waste, our cardboard, we shred it. We've got a machine. It's cool. I've got one in my house. I do it every day. Really, it's something about manly about that. I quite like it. The wife enjoys it too. We shred our cardboard waste. We shred all our paper waste in our house. At Sonoma, in our company, we shred our cardboard. We put that in the bag. That goes to the stables. The stables, the horses, they poo and pee on that. That's great horse bedding. Remember, I'm a gardener. I'm obsessed with that. That's awesome. It's really good horse bedding. It's completely neutral. It's clean. It's got no chemicals on it. It's great. Carbon. Paper is carbon. Brown waste is carbon. Green waste is nitrogen. Organic waste is nitrogen. We mix our carbon, with our organic waste, nitrogen, and we make compost. We've got compost machines. I've invented a compost machine called Big Ben. So I'm trying to keep it in there for 24 hours. And it literally just turns our waste. And as it turns, it adds oxygen to it. It rots down quicker. It doesn't smell. 100,000 people come to Sonoma for dinner. We've got no organic waste. None. None whatsoever. We've not got enough paper waste, actually. I'm actually nicking cardboard and paper from supermarkets to give us enough there. Absolutely, we are absolutely finished with our cardboard, and we need more cardboard. So with zero waste, there's all your organic gone. Cardboard, I've already explained that in the paper bin. We've got 2 paper bins, 1 little papers and cardboard. The cardboard, you've got to shred that for the organic. The little papers, we've got a big baling machine, and we squish that down. We make a bale of paper, and we send that to Marrakech. Mallorca is super cool. Send that to Marrakech. There's a paper factory at Marrakech, and they shred it down and recycle it and do all this funky stuff with paper, and they make paper products. They make toilet paper, serviettes, office paper, kitchen paper. We buy back our paper waste from that. We buy more paper than we're giving to them. Because remember, we've separated our paper into 2 bits. Our cardboard is for the little papers is there. We're giving less there and buying more that way. That's called advanced recycling, closed-loop recycling. We buy back our own paper waste. Same with glass. We've got some glass bins. Hey, did you know that glass is the only material in your bin that if you put 10 kilos in, you can get 10 kilos out? You don't dilute glass. Glass is the only recycling product that you can put all your waste in there, you can buy all this product back. We put all our glass in the bin. That goes to Ecovidrio here in Mallorca. That gets shredded down. They send it to Valencia, where you bank all the glass in Spain, in Valencia. Right next door, there's a glass factory that makes glass stuff. We're a restaurant. We buy all our glasses and all our glass bottles from that glass factory. So now we are buying back our own waste again. That's 2 products that we are now advanced recycling. There are 4 R's in zero waste. Reduce the amount you buy. That's a good start. Generally a good start. Reduce the amount you buy, or send the packaging back. I don't want to deal with it. It's really good. The suppliers really help us with that too. We spoke to the vegetable guy and the potato guy. Keeps on bringing us these big plastic sacks that we can't recycle. I said, can you do me a favor? Can you take them back? Can't you reuse? We don't want them. Just empty all your potatoes there. You have that sack. Can't you deal with that? Can't you reuse it for another potato? Yeah. Like, really? You do that? Yes, of course I can, yeah. I don't have to pay anything? No. That's marvelous. What a great idea. So I rang up all the suppliers. Hey, can you reduce your packaging? Yeah, no problem, Ben. Holy shit. That was quick. That was easy. Woohoo. So we've reduced the amount we buy. We've reduced our waste. There's your first R. Reuse. Try and reuse some of it if you can. Can you possibly think of anything you can do with your waste? Like if you separate it into bits, you can see it all. Can I do anything with that? What can I do? I don't know. It's called upcycling. Well, we can't upcycle everything, but I'm telling you, any little bit of effort will help. We've gone from 36 cubic meters to 1 cubic meter every 4 months. So we've got our cork from our wine bottles. We separate that. That's one of our organic waste. We separate that. We use those little corks on the garden. It helps us with biodiversity. It's creating another habitat. The biodiversity loves it. It helps us reduce the water. The sun's not hitting the irrigation. That's not drying out. It's reducing the water. It's a mulch. It's brilliant. And as the cork crumbles and rots down with the sun and the rain over the years, that cork goes into the soil, absorbs and holds more water in the soil. We have to irrigate less. Our rose garden at Sonoma, where we've got more than 2,000 red roses, is done with cork. We've upcycled. So reduce the amount you buy. Reuse what you can. Recycle. We've got the recycle. And then the 4th R is redesign. Can we try and think of a way to redesign the system? That would be really, really cool. For example, when you go to the supermarket, you can buy a bag of rice in a plastic bag. Right next to that bag of rice in a plastic bag is another bag of rice in a paper bag. You put both those rices in hot water, they cook and they go poof, turn into rice. It's amazing. Imagine if the system redesigned it and said, all rice from now on is only sold in paper packaging. Just one product, rice. Imagine that. It's a very simple little change. So we try and support anything we can, which is a redesign in the system. By buying back our own paper products, by buying back our own glass products, is supporting the redesign system. At Sonomar, we only use recycled paper. We don't use white paper. I will shoot you if you use white paper in Sonomar. I want brown paper everywhere. It's not that brown anymore anyway. All our toilet paper is recycled paper. And it works. Nobody's complained. Nobody goes, Ben, it doesn't work. It does. It's absolutely fine. So there's your 4 R's in zero waste. We've got organic waste. We've got paper waste. It gets really simple. How about metal waste? Of course. Separate your little metal tops, your little metal cans and all that lot. Any bits of metal, stick it to the side. Go to the metal guy. He'll give you money for that. He wants that metal waste. We don't stick it in a bin. That is a product to us. You've got batteries, light bulbs, clothes, cooking oil. We separate the cooking oil. That goes to a guy that makes soap. Cooking oil. I've got a machine called Bobby. Bobby is a machine that recycles all our broken plates and cups. We're a restaurant. It's absolutely normal. We get about 18 to 20% waste a year on broken crockery. Goes into an old concrete machine with 3 rocks. I've called it Bobby because it goes bob, 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 bob. And it smashes all that pottery into powder. That powder is just rock dust. I mix that with our organic waste. It's great drainage, perfect for dry gardens. If you ever get rid of your grass and you start planting cacti and succulents, they need drainage. It's great for dry gardens. And then I'm almost mini famous for our plastic bins. We have 7 plastic bins. I know all this sounds like a lot of hard work. You go, oh, God, Ben, can I just put it in the bin? You're really doing me head in. You're boring me to death. Can we just put, no. No is the answer to that. Really sorry about this, guys. There is no quick solution to the pollution. There isn't. I'm genuinely sorry. If I could find the bone-idle, lazy way to do it, I would do it. Guarantee I am the biggest bone-idle, laziest guy in this room today. But I'm an environmentalist at the same time. I'm definitely looking for an easy way out at any time. Is there an easy way to deal with our waste? Well, yeah, I think we're doing the easy way. But there is no single solution to just throwing it away. You've got to stop thinking that somebody else will deal with that, because they're not. So we've separated all our waste, and then we've got this plastic waste. Bit of a hot topic at the minute, politically, plastic waste. It almost makes my speech up to date. I've been doing it for years now. Plastic waste. We've got 7 bins. I don't know whether you can see this tattoo. This is the recycling triangle. Yeah. That recycling triangle is the language of plastic. Plastic has 7 languages. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7 is other. If you see that triangle on the bottom of your plastic with any number in, that is the value of that plastic. Number 1 is PET, polyethylene triethylate. Number 2, HDPE, high density polyethylene. Number 3 is PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Number 4, low density polyethylene, LDPE, is the brother of number 2. Number 5, PP, polypropylene. Number 6, you've heard of this one, PS, polystyrene. Number 7, like I said, is other. If it's not one of those to 1 to 6, it's other. Like a CD. A CD is a piece of plastic with a little bit of film inside, a bit of metal or a bit of plastic, and another CD, a bit of plastic there. You can't separate that, you can't recycle that. It's plastic, put that in the number 7 bin. It's recycling because we're going to burn that and create green electricity. That's number 7 with a CD. How about a milk carton? Tetra Brick. What is that? That's like a bit of cardboard with a bit of plastic, and it's got a little bit of aluminium on the inside. I have tried. You can't separate that. I'm like, can't do it. So Tetra Brick is a terrible thing. We can't recycle that. So if you're going to redesigning of the system, if we bought our milk in glass bottles, I don't know what you do in Mallorca, but when I was a kid, there was a guy going around with a milk float, giving people milk in glass bottles. Like I say, my parents think I'm nuts. They go, it's called normal. It's just buy milk in glass bottles. Like, what are you on about? Everything I'm talking about is pretty standard stuff. Just redesigning the system would help us on these things. Those 7 plastics Once you've separated it, and I am trying my damnedest not to put anything into the number 7 bin. I want everything to be separated as much as I can. Sounds like a lot of hard work. It's not. And remember, nearly everybody in here, I bet you've got secret tattoos hidden away somewhere. Nearly everyone in here is a hippie. Everybody wants to save and help the environment. So if you say to people, hey, can you separate your plastic waste? They love it. They generally absolutely love this idea of zero waste. People don't mind thinking twice about the waste. I was generally quite scared. When I thought I had to add this to the company, and I was like, guys, I've got this new system called zero waste, and I've got all these bins. You've got to separate all your waste into these bins. It's going to be a nightmare. Everyone's going to hate me. No one's going to do it. Absolutely the opposite. Everybody did it. Nobody hated me. Everybody supported me. It was fantastic. And one thing I say when I do this speech is, I might be the hippie with the tattoos, but Amar Green is not mine. It's Amar's. And it's thanks to every single employee that we've got and every single client that we've got that they support us 100%. Don't think for a second I do all this hard work. I do not. It is them. They do it all. Please give them the gratitude and all their hard work and all their efforts. They're absolutely fantastic. We have separated all our waste into categories. It's not that difficult. We feel this is definitely a solution for pollution, and we've nailed it. We've absolutely nailed it. We can get better. We are getting better. It's brilliant. There's more information on our website regarding zero waste. I can't go too much more into that. We've still got 2 more products to talk about. There's zero waste. How about a reduction in carbon emissions? Read about that in all the books all the time. Try and reducing your carbon footprint. Pretty much that'll do it with zero waste. If you put your solar panels on, you reduce your energy, you start recycling your water, that you've reduced your carbon emission. I guarantee you've done all that. But then there are some things that has nothing to do with energy reduction or water conservation or zero waste. Electric cars. We've got one. Pretty cool, pretty fast actually, not bad at all. How about riding a bike? I like riding a bike. So at Sonoma, we've got a program called Reduction in Carbon Emissions, and that's where we put anything we can to try and reduce carbon emissions. So we've got a bike park. Pretty simple, most places have got a bike park. But then we tell the employees, hey, if you want to come to work on the bike, you can. We've got a camera up, we've got a special place where you can park your bike. We've got a little casita with little tools in and stuff if you want to fix your bike. Just generally put a bit more effort into the whole bike thing. The electric car thing, we've got an electric car charge station, absolutely free. If you're insane and you're going to buy a car, electric car, charge it up for free. Charge it up at Sonoma for free. They're really good. We've got a system called SLOW. Slow food. It's not the opposite of fast food, right? SLOW. We've got restaurants, and the way we buy our food is with SLOW. SLOW means sustainable, local, organic, and wild. We do it. We only buy sustainable products. We only buy local. And that's a bit of a restriction without a doubt. But it's the coolest of all restrictions without a doubt. We only buy all our products from Mallorca. If it doesn't grow in Mallorca, we'll buy it from the Balearics. If it's not in the Balearics, we'll buy it from Spain. If they don't make it or create it in Spain, we don't buy it. There you go. Pretty simple. Easy peasy. Do you know how much of a restriction that is? No. Spain's massive. Absolutely massive. You can have that system in England, in Scotland. You can have it in Germany and France. Imagine if you went to Germany and you had German food with German produce. Imagine coming to Spain on holiday and having Spanish food. That'd be really weird. It's not. It's absolutely normal. All our wine is only Mallorquin wine. We're even better. Not only Mallorquin wine, but our wine only uses Mallorquin grape. 100% Mallorquin grape. There are 7 Mallorquin grapes here. And it's the best wine on the planet, without a doubt. I'm not making this up. It is absolutely the best. I have got a hangover from hell this morning because I was nervous for this today. I had a bottle of wine last night. It's good wine, I'm telling you. Like, really good wine. We only buy from Mallorca, Balearics, or Spain. It does have some restrictions, but just changing your attitude a little bit does generally go a long, long way. Like I say, the sustainability. We only buy sustainable products. I don't sell seafood. I'm petrified about seafood. I'm not going to go into that. I don't want to put you off about seafood, but it's not sustainable. We don't sell cod. Any fish caught with a dragnet that's damaging it, no. I'm a vegan. I don't eat this stuff anyway, but where I've got a restaurant, we have to sell meat and fish. I'm only buying free-range meat from Galicia. Apparently, it's the best meat on the planet. I'm not going to eat it, but apparently you guys love it. Organic. Once again, my parents are going, what are you on about? I go, yeah. We only buy food that's not been sprayed with insecticide and fungicide and all that lot. Just called food. It's not that difficult. And then wild. We try and buy in the produce of that season. Yeah? I'm not trying to give you strawberries in November. Strawberries grow in summer. Don't worry, there is other fruit in the winter. Loads of fruit. There's stacks of it. We've got a menu del dia. It's the best menu del dia ever. There you go, a bit of marketing. So we've got slow. We've got electric cars. We've got a car share program. Car share program. Once again, this is just getting a lift with your mate. Mallorca, all these different districts everywhere. Marachí, Bunyola, Palma, Algaida. Got all these funny accents in Lloret, Sapobla, and all that lot. Sonomar's got 250 employees. It's amazing. I've got like 8 people coming from Inca. Each one of them's got a car. They're racing each other to get into the car park. Like, you're nuts. Why don't you share your car? I didn't know that you lived in Inca, mate. They work in the same cabin, the technicians. They literally sit next to each other. He lives in Inca, he lives in Inca. They come in 2 separate cars. I said, why don't you share your car? I generally didn't know that you lived in Inca. Oh my God. So we've got a map on our wall called Car Share. Very simple, it's not an invention. Car Share. If you want to share your car, we've got a magnet. You write your name on the car, you stick it on where you live, Inca. And somebody else sees it and goes, I didn't know that you lived in Inca. Yeah. Can I share your car? Yeah. Car share, dead simple. But we've got this car share program. People share cars. It reduces on carbon emissions. Actually gets them two talking. It's sociable. It's economical. It's brilliant. And it works. So we've got electric cars. We support public transport. We support biking. We've got a slow food system. And we've got car share. That's just anything we possibly can to reduce our carbon emissions. I'm trying to think of anything else that we can possibly do. Like I said, my job has not stopped. I'm just explaining where we are today. Got a lot more to do. And then my final product, the last one for today, and we're nearly finished. I'm sorry, it's a lot of talking, is biochar. Now, biochar is the coolest thing on the planet. It's sequestering carbon. We can harvest carbon. We can grow carbon. Ooh, yes. Carbon. Remember, with our zero waste, we separate our waste into different categories. One of our categories is wood. We have a lot of wood waste. It's amazing. People bring stuff to us in boxes and on pallets of wood. I didn't realize how big that pile was growing. What we did with our waste, wood waste before is, in the winter, we burnt it. You get ash. You use that ash in your compost. It's really good. Well, it is full of phosphorus, and it makes your roses go, pooh, fantastic. I love ash. What we do with our wood waste now is we put it into a kiln, a retort kiln. Nice, retort kiln. We burn our waste wood without using oxygen. It's called pyrolysis. We put our wood waste into an oven, close the doors, no oxygen can get inside. We make a little fire underneath that oven. That heats up the wood inside to 342 degrees. It starts to pyrolyze. That's where it's sweating like mad. It's desperate to set on fire. It can't set on fire. There's no oxygen going in. It's smoking like mad. What's happening is we're separating the chemicals inside that organic wood waste. What's coming out of it is water vapor, hydrogen and nitrogen. We close the chimney, that hydrogen and nitrogen returns on itself, ignites on that little fire underneath. I don't need to make any more of a fire underneath. It cooks itself until all the hydrogen and the nitrogen and the water vapors come out of this wood waste. Now that leaves me, after about 6 or 8 hours, pure carbon. That's pretty cool. I'm going to show you a video now, because I generally can't explain this enough. I've tried to explain it to my kids 1,000 times and it doesn't work. Check out this video.
Aquí en Sonoma nosotros reciclar todos nuestros residuos. Y uno de nuestros residuos es madera. ¿Y qué hacemos? Es quemar nuestra madera en una forma más sostenible posible y fabricar nuestros propios carbón. Esta es nuestra máquina para quemar madera. Esta es un kiln, pero no es un kiln normal, es un retort kiln. Y un retort kiln saca los gases por la madera y hace un retorno abajo para seguir a quemar. Tenemos un horno dentro, un horno. ¿Y qué hacemos? Es llenar el horno dentro, lleno de madera. Esto darnos como 2 metros cúbicos de madera. Y abajo, con muy poco madera, hacemos un pequeño fuego. Y este fuego abajo, calentar la madera dentro. Pero la madera dentro no puede hacer fuego porque cuando todo está cerrado, aire no puede entrar. Si aire no puede entrar, no puede hacer llama. Y con un fuego abajo que calentar la material, está empezar el sistema parálisis. Parálisis es cuando la madera por dentro toca una temperatura de 342 grados. Esta es cuando todos los gases y el vapor que está dentro de la madera empezar a salir en el humo. Y atrás puede ver las chimeneas. El largo en el medio es por el fuego abajo del horno. Pero la madera, los residuos que está dentro del horno, este cilindro en el medio, que no tiene aire por dentro, esta es las chimeneas por este horno. Y cuando el material dentro tocan 342 grados, el vapor y el humo que salen por estas chimeneas pequeñas es solo nitrógeno y hidrógeno. ¿Y qué hacemos? Es cerrar las chimeneas y los gases recircular por abajo a seguir a quemar su propio residuo. Esta solo darnos vapor de agua. Es el más eficiente sistema posible para cuidar madera. Recuerda, el más importante cosa sobre esta máquina que es un retort kiln. Un retort kiln significa hacemos una vuelta con sus propios gases. Y aquí mira, cuando cerramos la chimenea, todos los gases que salen por el horno aquí hacen un retorno y salen por aquí. Y con el chiquitín fuego que tenemos es donde genera la combustión y seguirá quemando. La temperatura por dentro empezará a subir y ahora el material empezar a calentarse. El color del humo es blanco. Esto significa que es literalmente vapor. Y ahora sale mucho vapor y puede ver que el humo está muy blanco, pero también puede ver que está transparente aquí. Esto es porque está mezclado con gas. Mira, cuando encendemos los gases, quitar todo y ahora solo dejan vapor. Esto es porque es el más eficiente sistema para tratar madera. Es fantástico. ¿Acuerdas ahora que cerramos la chimenea? Todos los gases ahora entran. Mira, podemos ver la potencia de gas que está dentro madera. Para nosotros esta es solo un simple residuo, pero mira cuánto material está dentro. Mira los gases, es increíble. Ahora la temperatura es 453 y nosotros necesitamos controlar esto para no subir mucho más. Y nuestra forma para controlar es para abrir la chimenea un poquito, para dejar un poquito de gas para salir, para no todo el gas entran por abajo. Y acuerdas, esta es energía y gas completamente gratis que está dentro madera. Y al día siguiente nosotros podemos abrir el kiln y ver todo el material que está carbonizado. Carbono es muy poroso y hay tantos agujeros que solo en 1 gramo de carbono tenemos el mismo superficie de un campo de fútbol. Esta es porque biochar es fantástico. Y cuando tenemos un montón de carbón en sacos igual así, pasamos y triturar con la máquina. Porque realmente esto es la material que nosotros queremos. Carbón en forma de arena. Biochar tiene un montón de usos que puedes hacer con este material. Es fantástico. Un material que es muy importante para mí es un sustrato, una tierra. Yo quiero mezclar nuestro biochar con nuestro propio abono para nosotros podemos plantar árboles. Aquí nosotros fabricar nuestros propios fertilizantes. Y mi receta es una pala de abono, una taza de alga, una taza de tierra, una taza de polvo de piedra, una taza de copos de avena, una taza de humus de lombriz, una cuchara de guano de murciélago, una cuchara de sulfato, una cuchara de estimulador de raíces, una cuchara de hueso y sangre, una cuchara de pescado, una cuchara de molasses. Y ahora mezclarlo un poquito y déjalo para fermentar con aire por 2 días. Después tenemos un fertilizante el más rico en el mundo. Y ahora que tenemos el carbón en su forma de polvo o arena, es ahora que nosotros podemos mezclar con nuestro propio fertilizante. Este fertilizante está absoluto lleno de bacterias, microbios y nutriciones, que es fantástico para los árboles y las plantas. Después, cuando el carbono está lleno de toda esta nutrición, y después cuando mezclamos con nuestra tierra, es el más rico que hay. Porque todo este trabajo es importante. Es porque si nosotros dejamos la madera para podrir naturalmente, vamos a perder absoluto todo que está dentro aquí. Y hay carbono, hay nutrición, pero tarda como 50 o 100 años para podrir estas cosas. Pero toda la nutrición que está dentro aquí, incluido el carbono, van a salir y entran en el aire y hace daño por el medio ambiente. Entonces, si nosotros sacar el hidrógeno y nitrógeno como así, hemos capturado, hemos secuestrado el carbono y ahora está aquí. Y ahora este carbono nunca en el resto de la vida van a salir por el aire. Ahora está secuestrado. Y con este carbono triturado, mezclado con nuestros fertilizantes y nuestros abonos, ponemos en la tierra, hemos literalmente secuestrado el carbono por el aire y mezclado por la tierra. Una cosa que es absolutamente increíble y muy valoroso para biochar es que biochar absorban tanto agua y aguantan tanto agua que cuando nosotros plantamos los árboles no necesitamos regar más. Entonces es una forma fantástica para mí porque nosotros podemos hacer una reforestación sin riego. ¿Qué pasa?
Tienes una cosa ahí en la cara.
Tengo.
Bien. Bien.
Gracias, Tani.
Ahora estás bien, perfecto, bien. Vale. Una cosa.
So, that was our last program from Amar Green. I can't tell you how proud I am of the Amar team for what they do. And I hope today you understand that we're not just trying to save the environment, we're generally trying to work towards a world where the environment doesn't need protecting. We're not just hippies, we're just normal. We're not scientists, we're not doctors. We're just a simple restaurant, we're a simple business. And with a little bit of effort and just a little bit of a change of our attitude in our business, what we have achieved, I hope you agree, is awesome. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm so, so proud of the guys. I'm so proud of them. But our efforts is just a drop of water in the ocean without your support. I can't tell you how much we need you. We need your help. We need your support. We need you so much. We need you to change. We need you to just change a little bit and just help us change a little bit. But we need to change, and we need to change now. Thank you very much for your time today.